My wonderful and amazing people, Eweleke. Sarah Martins don't come outside with full force. They say they don't arrest Jujuaustin supporter. Say the villagers say she there for husband house. Run commands go stay for Canada. Can't go they marry another husband. The husband when she there with now somebody who know. Make una consider, make una come here with Sarah Martins they talk. Birds of the same feather flocks together. I talk them. Anybody wait there for Jujuaustin, go and check them. They are all husbands snatchy. As they snatch, now so their sisters they snatch. Their sisters, the people husband, now they knock them. Now they go after. It's just simple as ABC. You cannot deny it. Many of them, their own self, them they be husband snatcher on their own. Their own self, they knock other people for outside, other men when they for husband house. Yes, those are the kind of women that are supporting Jujuaustin. Birds of the same feather flocked together. Where is my lip gloss? Make una come hear what Sarah Martins they talk. Not be me talking. Why go they rub my lip gloss like this for my enemy eyes? Una go they listen to what they talk. Nyala.
Una don't hear the latest.
Come and hear what she say. Listen to it.
Una don't hear the latest. Chijani was arrested today. Yes. That her husband that came out to announce that she abandoned him. Went and married another man. Even while she was still married to that man. Finally, the man went to the law firm and you know in Igbo land, right? If your bride price is not returned, you're still that man's wife. So any children or a child, any children you born for your new husband, automatically, traditionally, it belongs to your former husband until your bride price has been returned. And if your bride price is not returned, right, before you go and meet another man and start having children with that new man, automatically, that children that you're bearing for that man belongs to your first and original husband. That is the traditional way. That's the tradition in Igbo land. So it happens that this Bekus share and abandoned her husband and went and married another man. Now ran to US, to Canada, where she's doing cleaning work. Meanwhile, the man she thought is a rich man that made her abandon her husband that assisted her with all her children, right? The man she abandoned her husband for in Nigeria and traveled to Canada. When she went there, she realized that the man is also a fake person, as fake as Chijani. So you see now, Chijani abandoned her family and ran to Canada to meet a greener pasture, only to discover that the man she ran to is actually a fake person. That's why she finally had to resort to cleaning public toilets in Canada. Olo Maji. Instead of me to leave Nigeria, where I can actually do my work and feed well, and then fly to Canada just to be a cleaner. I have, mind you, before I say, well, you've not traveled before, can you get visa? I have 10 years Canadian visa. And I have 5 years American visa. I can decide to Japa today, but I don't want to Japa. I love Nigeria. My business is in Nigeria. Everything about me is in Nigeria. So the least I can do is travel, experience the world, have my phone, come back and continue my business. The only thing that can take me out of Nigeria is maybe marriage. Maybe I marry and my husband is not based in Nigeria and he insists I must come over to the country where he is and, and live with him as family. Then that is actually understandable because I can't be married and my husband is in the US and I'm in Nigeria. Who go they service my husband? If my husband want to tala kiono, when he got tala jema kiono. You understand? My husband, so he make who go help him? So that kind of empty bonds, gives room for them to actually cheat, and before you know it, they will get a replacement of you, and the bond will no longer be there. And when you are with somebody, like you're seeing your man is seeing you every day. the bone grows.
Eweliki.
You know, they say out of sight is out of mind. So the moment I get married and my husband is not in Nigeria, wherever my husband is, I'm a bump of meeting my husband. I will go there and be with my husband, because other men cannot be admiring my body here in Nigeria. Meanwhile, my husband will be there roasting. No, anywhere my man is, I will be there. My duty is to support my husband financially, love him, respect him, give him peace and children. That is my priority. That is my duty as a wife, right? Supporting my man. But abandoning him and running away to meet another man. Meanwhile, your bride price has not been returned. Chijeni, you no try you. Chijeni, you were bad. You are a bad woman. Eh? See how that man came out and he was crying. The same way that he came out and was crying. You see that in your family, this is what you're known for. You will just run out from a marriage without properly end. Nobody is saying you should remain in an abusive marriage. Nobody is saying you should remain with a man you have fallen out of love. Yes, you understand. I mean, men looking at Obasi, you gonna say Anawanya Asaba, they definitely fall out of love with him, because she has sucked all the blood in that man's body. You know, the man na she hasn't tun. The man Dizika minimum.
Come and hear what she said.
Just like Chijen is the husband as well. Chijen is sucked that man and finished everything about that man, rendered him useless. And they abandoned him and ran to another man in Canada. And yes, she still have the balls, the boldness, the temerity, the infantry to always come to Facebook to bully people, to bully Queen May and bully me. Meanwhile, your own bad. Oh. Meanwhile, your own bad. Like, make it make sense. Your fire they burn for your house, but yet you find water to quench another. To quench fire where they are another person family. So finally they have apprehended her. They have apprehended her. She is right. Mother have carried her. So mother have carried her for her to go and for her to go to the village and face the consequences of all the atrocities she has committed, because abandoning your husband without returning your dowry and then running to another man, that is terrible. That is the height of wickedness. That's the height of wickedness. Is it that this is how your family is? I be what? The same way Anawanya has abandoned. The same way Anawanya has about sucked everything in Obasi. The man, sucked everything in that man's body. Rapia, Wakuru, Arm, Bingo was the same thing Chijani did. She suckled that man. To Anambra State, suckled that man, rendered him useless. Then ran to Canada to be with her supposed rich husband to be. Meanwhile, now her fellow fake person has to go with. Because of the shame of coming back to Nigeria, she couldn't bear the shame of coming back to Nigeria. She just had to, start washing hospital toilets and all of that in Canada, because she's not even a graduate. She don't go to school. She don't get paper. So she couldn't get a more decent job. Tijani, you for come down to Nigeria and I for employ you. Even that to employ you as my cook, or as my shoe cleaner, and be paying you 50K monthly. It's better than you to be over there in Canada washing people's poo-poo. Washing poo-poo. Why? In asa poo-poo in the mado. Okay, man. Tijani wa mama. Tijani wa mama. Yes. Because how many of you forwarded my live video to her for her to see when Ugo was calling me? I'm not be about by now. She don't cry tired. I say, hey, oh, I'm a quaramo. I for no just find Sarah trouble. Now Sarah has remembered me. I know by now she'll be regretting what she actually looked for my wahala. I don't look for trouble, right? I'm always on my own. But in trauma, in trauma, go put them for your body like normal. Woto, seriously. In one trauma, and argument. Oko, fire. You for just come be my house help than staying in Canada. Now assassin send them mad. That is work here in Nigeria. Come and work for me. Come and work for me as my house help now. I will pay you at least 50K. I'm going to pay you. At least you go see, honey, they buy that Igbo where you they smoke. Eh? You got fuego now, Igbo. Eh? Huh? You turn that man into an Onyangonoma. You turned him into Onyangonoma. Then you run to Canada. And because the toilet you wash can no longer pay your bills. You now have to come every day on Facebook as a content creator, as a fake blogger. All you know is to blog Kimay every day of your life. Without the mention of Kimay, Chijeni, you will not see food chop. Facebook will not pay you.
Come and hear what
without the mention of Kimay, you will not get shit from Facebook to chop. So you just need to continually mention her name in all your tantrums, so that you'll be able to feed. And you know the latest? I'm just today, grand, you guys. It's the more today. Just today. So when she ran to Canada and found out that that the man she actually left her husband for, is actually a broke person. She no gets. You don't even get paper. So all she did, her cousin sister that actually housed her when she got to Canada, that housed her for almost a year. She ended up getting pregnant for that her cousin sister's husband. The child they for honor, but myself, that child belongs to her sister, her cousin sister's husband. Your sister brought your sister gave you shelter when you were stranded on the streets. When code for finish you for Canada, your sister brought you in. I mean, your cousin brought you in, gave you shelter, gave you food, gave you her clothes to wear, gave you her water to drink, gave you her food to eat, and the only way you could pay her back was getting pregnant for her husband. How low can you go, Chijeni? Yet you have the gods, the temerity, the infantry, the impetus. You have the impetus. You have the impetus to be dragging Queen every day, a virtuous woman. Mind you, Queen is officially single, yes, and AY is also single. So it's not entirely a taboo if they decide to mingle. Obasagi, it's not your business. It's not a taboo. If she decides today, I want to be dating AY, they are both divorced and they are adults. If it makes them happy, who are you to condemn them? People are condemning your sister, Anna Wanyasaba, because she couldn't wait for Amobingo to officially get divorced before running to bomb battalion for him. So her case is a case of bigamy. Her case is a case of adultery. Your case, Chijani's case, is a case of adultery. AY's case is a case of divorce. He officially ended things publicly with his wife before even getting involved. Officially, work-related though with Queen. So everything he's been doing with Queen has been promotion of his movie and all. There was never a time he came out to tell the world, oh, okay, we are now dating. So why will you constantly speculate rubbish into putting stupid ideas in people's heads against Queen May. Why? Why would you do that? Why will you do that? Why will you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So finally, the elders of their village have apprehended the Chijani. They apprehended her, and they are trying to make her, pay all the fine and and do the necessary things, and then demand for them to return her bride price. Yes, because that man has not returned her bride price, so he is still her husband. Chijeni, stay with that your husband. Stay with that man. No, not do with that man. Not do with that man. Stay with that man. You cannot render a man useless. This is a man that was doing so well. According to the man, he said he was doing so well. He took you in with your child. He even married you as a single mom. He took you in with your child. Then the moment you made small money, you don't even make money off. The moment you saw small freedom, you started flirting with every man in your DM. From flirting with the man, you made plans with the man to abandon your husband here in Nigeria, and then ran to Canada to see the man, to be with the man. It can't shock you, say what you expected was not what you met. You met a wrong person, you met a broke person. And because, say, you are a greedy person, you don't want anything that will draw you back. You refuse to stay with that man, to grow with that man. You became stranded. You became frustrated, you became stranded, and your cousin sister now had to come in. Your cousin sister called you and said, no, I live here in Canada with my husband. You can come and stay with us until you're able to find something to do for yourself. That was the wrongest mistake of her life. That was how she carried her hand during her marriage, because of pity. Because she forgot that you are a descendant of Anawa and Yasaba. You went to your sister's house, your cousin's sister that actually housed you, fed you, clothed you. All you could do to pay that innocent woman back was to snatch her husband. And snatching her husband was not even enough for you. You got pregnant for your cousin's sister's husband, and yet you have the guts to mention my name with your rotten mouth. That's why I said, don't you ever mention my name with your low-budget rotten mouth ever again. Don't ever mention my name in your low-budget conversation. With your low-budget conversation. Don't mention my name. My name is way too classy for you to be mentioning. My name is way too classy for you to be mentioning. I don't want. Oko. You abandoned your husband here in Nigeria, ran to Canada to start a new life. At the end of the day, what you expected wasn't what you got. Kama no they ever miss targets. Kama piagia, the same Kama that is actually cooking very hot pepper soup for Anawanya Saba. Kama will meet her very soon. Kama neteya. Kama doesn't miss address. Kama doesn't miss. Kama no they ever misstep. Like
Chai.
It might take time. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. It might take 3 years. It might take 10 years.
Chai.
But believe me, Kama will always catch up with a bad person. Kama caught up with you immediately. You got to Canada. Immediately you got to Canada. And then and then after having a child for your sister's husband, you couldn't still stay with him. You were still busy. Still busy flirting with men that come to the toilet where you are washing. You are flirting with the men that comes to the toilet to urinate.
It will kill.
So they can be tipping you. because of tip, you were busy cheating up and down. The man kicked you out of his house in Canada. I lie. The man kicked you out of his house in Canada, went back to his wife, begged his wife, pleaded his wife, bought a Range Rover for his wife. And the wife later forgave him. That's how you became homeless. You became homeless. And at some point, they even sacked you because you were actually constituting nuisance.
Listen to it.
And that's in where you were working. You were constituting nuisance because everybody complained bitterly about you. How you are busy flirting with people's husbands. And that's how you became this miserable today. That's the story of this. This Onya Parichi Jenny. Onya Pari. That's the story of this woman. Onya Pari. Some girl has left you. Shut up your mouth. Mechita Lonogi. I hope you've seen that life. Don't worry. Make we go come back to Nigeria. We go use content to blind you. Stay like see everybody on this page. Oh my God. Tell whoever that needs to hear. Tell someone to tell someone to tell someone that they should follow real Sarah Martins. Follow this page. I go use content. Content back to back. I got no content. Yeah. Back to back content because onye sick obrea. Onye sick obrea. Chijeni is the perfect definition of a wasted Toto. Toto Baroka. Toto will get white korokoro hairs. I can't Chijeni.